with that being said, so like, how do you stay balanced? Like doing all of this stuff, because we saying it, and it's just like you go out, you start the business. You know what I'm saying? You have the ebbs and the flows because you have your good days, you have your bad days, but you know when it takes off and it goes, now you going. You know what I'm saying? You got to run with it. So how do you stay on top of it? How do you stay balanced? How do you stay yourself
And
in the midst of all of this?
so I'll say this: I'm not alone. I'm never alone. Never. Now, I say that to say you've got to find yourself a circle. And I said this before on your podcast. Get you a group of people that are willing to go to bat for you and are willing to, so you won't have your back against the wall and it looks like there's nobody in your corner. I have a group of people with me. My people got my back. Some days I'll forget some things and forget. Like, yesterday we were supposed to shoot. We were supposed to, do the episode yesterday. I was like, oh my god, double booked. I'm so sorry, Lord, and I hate it. I hate it because I'm
Yeah,
the type of person. I'm so ambitious and I'm so ready to jump on the next thing smoking. I'm like,
yeah,
I got this meeting and I got to schedule this, this consult, and I got this meeting with this person and this phone call to take, and then I got to go ahead and call this person and make this booking and schedule that, and then I go about like 10 meetings a day, and sometimes it requires my girlfriend to be reminding me of things.
right, right.
Derek will have to get on there like, Trey, don't forget this, and Trey, you forgot we got to do that, and I told you this, and I was like, no, you didn't. She did. I texted to you, but to have, I'm blessed to have Derek in my corner. I'm blessed to have my brother Jawan. He's back down from Texas. He moved back down to Missouri and he's helping running things down. Um, get your people, man. Get you a tribe, and your tribe is gonna be there. And you got to make sure it's a check and balances.
Yeah,
Um, I need somebody to check me. Some days I might be wrong on something, and I misquoted it and I messed up, and I need somebody tell me that I'm wrong. I'm not always going to be right, but I
right.
need to check me, and you need the same thing. Get you some people in your corner that ain't gonna be no yes man, and they're gonna be able to willing to check you when you're wrong and call you out on your mess.
Yeah, yeah, and it's important, and it's important. And another thing to like when it comes to when you saying like I'm never alone. Actually, when you said I'm never alone, my first thought was God.
Yeah, that's always.
Because in my particular journey, see, I'm at a point I'm building the circle, right? You know what I'm saying? I've been isolated, like where you get to that point of your process where he's just like, all right, we gonna work on your discernment right now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I was isolated, and now it's just like now that I'm popping out, it's just like okay, now it's time to build the circle. We worked on your discernment, so like now let's build that circle. And in the midst of finding that discernment, what I had to learn is that no matter what, I'll talk to God. So like if I'm having a day, that's almost like God has become my father and my best friend. Because it's just like if I get off work, I'm talking to God like that's my best friend on the drive home. Like, okay, so today was
yeah, yeah.
and here's where we're going. And you know what I'm saying? And I ask the questions that I need to ask, and I ask for the guidance that I need, and I give thanks for the answers that I got from the day before, the week before, when I prayed 2 years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'll do that. And it's just like, when you build that relationship with God, see, if you don't know God, you don't see how he's working in your life. But when you build that relationship with God, you can see exactly when, how, and where he's working
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
Because you'll ask for something and he'll be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Might be a week, might be a month, might be a year.
And sometimes it'll be like you don't even ask for it. Some
Mm-hmm.
where God will provide and you didn't even know you needed it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that goes back to the process, right? That goes to the process. There have been things that I've prayed for and genuinely wasn't ready. And this is how I can see God working in my life, because all of those things that I prayed for and I thought that I didn't get, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, no, I'm going to get them. I'm getting them. I'm reaping right now. I'm in my reaping season, so I'm reaping now. But the reason I wasn't reaping back then when I wanted to reap was because I needed that one lesson, that other lesson, that one experience. I needed, you know what I'm saying? There were things that I needed along the way that he knew I needed that I didn't know I needed yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So now when you face trials, it's just like, all right, you get me ready, huh? This must be a good one. This must be a big blessing about to come. This a hard one, God. All right, where we going? You know what I'm saying? Like I had put out a episode today about the school shootings. You know, I
Yeah.
talked to my
I listened to it earlier.
Yo, yeah, okay. I appreciate it. I hope you liked it. But like I talked there about school shootings, and it's just like when you talk about a subject like that on social media, it's kind of difficult because it's certain words and things that you can't use.
Yeah.
Plus, it might be a slightly controversial topic. So I get an email and it's talking about my content is violating policy guides or something like that. And I get it on my phone and I go check my email and it's nothing in my email. And I'm working, so I can't really deal with it no way. So I'm just like, you know what, God, if this is, if I know you got me. We gonna figure this out. Like I ain't even tripped. I ain't stressed. I ain't nothing. I'm just like, oh my God, what? No, it was none of that. I was just like, hey, you got this. I ain't even gonna trip off of it. So I go check my email later. It ain't in my email. I said, let me go check my spam. It's in the spam folder. It wasn't a real email. I was just like, all right.
And
I'm
don't it be
like,
like that?
yeah, I'm sitting up here. I'm going in the creator studio. I'm doing research. I'm like, what I do? Like, I'm trying to figure out what I did. It's just like, oh, this is spam. I was about to stress out. You know what I'm saying? But instead, I said, God got it, kept my cool, finished my
Right.
shift, and then check my email. You know what I'm saying? But in the past, when I didn't have that relationship like God like that, I was like, I'm gonna quit. It's too hard. Nah, that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. It's almost like you have to have a faith system when you're doing this. When you get this far out in the unknown,
Yeah.
I don't know how you can get this far in the unknown without some type of faith and some type of higher power somewhere.
Because there are gonna be some rough days, believe me. There's gonna be days, man, where you be really questioning, is this what I want? Like, Lord, I prayed on it, but like, Lord, I don't know if this is really what I want, what I need. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
I can do my regular 9 to 5. And that's
Right.
I'm like, man, God, like you did that.
Yep.
Like that
Yeah.
wasn't you. And when I
No.
think of the goodness of the Lord and how he brought me through, you can't do nothing but like break down, man. And sometimes I'm in my room, like, Lord, thank you. And I'm tearing up.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I knew it was you. Couldn't nobody else got me through that.
Mm-hmm.
I dodged the car when I was drunk and driving home. and I knew I should have been driving, but I was driving anyway. And said, I got it. And, the bullet that missed me and barely grazed. Like, no. Couldn't
Yeah.
get that, but God, man, brought you through them relationships you thought you were never going to get out of.
That part.
Toxic traits, all the abuse that you admit. Couldn't nobody did it but God.
Okay.
Come on now, it was some nights you might
Okay.
Lord.
Come on.
You didn't
Come.
know you was gonna lay your head. You don't know where you gonna get your next meal from. But it was God looking and guiding you and organizing every step. Every step you've taken and everything he's guided you to here has been purpose and design. And it was designed by him. And he's known from the beginning the plans he had for you. Come on now. And that's
Okay.
what entrepreneurship is. That's exactly what it is. And that's what I've been guiding people from these last few weeks. But all I've been doing, all the work we've been doing out here in the week, we're in the streets with my team, all the enough profits, man, we have been guiding them into just reconnecting with God and faith and understanding that he's got you. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what situation you're going through, no matter what it looks like, no matter who's in your corner. I don't care. All I know is I know the answer, and it's God.